V New Gaming. It's in the game.
Let's go headhunting. Wonderful. Taking a quick spot down mid, and it's a bit of a distance, but I wouldn't write him off. What do you got in store for us, Nico? I'm glad that his teammates were able to prop up that G2 win. You know, we touched on it back in Ancient. We'll bring it up again. So far, 4-0 start for G2 in both halves of this best of 5.
What's crazy is like the sheer number of kills really wasn't there for Nico in like that top fragging sort of style that we see from him sometimes, but the clutches were there, the entrying was there, like the selflessness being at the front of the pack when he could be so valuable as a clutch player really showed his range and showed how he's always playing to win. Like, I mean, ultimately that was the big takeaway. So G2, talked about the recipe. It comes with pistols. You need it when you're playing against a better team. That's how upsets happen, and that's what this game will be if G2 win it. They're already up 2. Now they're looking for their 3rd.
A little warning for Alexi. Takes a P250 shot to the shoulder. Flashbang scares him for a second as Alexi confirms all those numbers.
Crazy, the bomb is not over here. This is selling them a bill of goods, and they did see enough targets. I think G2 are actually quite happy that they flash retook this.
They still keep 2 committed over on the other side.
Oh yeah, Monis is turning the corner. Might be too soon. Mobs gets a kill. They have time to peel back, but who's in the middle of it? It's Imma.
What can he do? He drops. They would have heard that, right?
Yeah, they would have.
Emat.
Oh!
Oh no!
Oh, he gets
Maybe
the
they
both.
don't!
There was the opportunity. I mean, he dropped off, but stayed aware.
Snacks tries to reclaim this. Wonderful goes up top middle. Emat just puts himself in the perfect spot. But he didn't do it cautiously. I thought for sure they would have been aware of it, but now times, I mean, this is impossible. Just don't die, essentially. And with the reload, that's gone. G2 give up their first pistol of the series because of a misrotation.
Oh, what's even the point of keeping the money?
Did a plan. So they offer a strong start to Navi. First one we've seen. Ooh, but do they convert it? All right, G2 won both pistols and got 4-0 starts. If Navi win the pistol only to get deeked in the head like that.
Absolutely, makes up for the pistol. Counts as a pistol, 100% Navi, especially being on CT side. It will be way too difficult.
Okay, good on Wonderful. Scoops up the M4.
To simply win the round back in the next one. They'll be broke, so there's a chance here.
Mobs approaches. That M4's gone, so you know it's been repositioned elsewhere on the map.
And Mobs has referenced himself and his own deagle. He said, in North America, they know about my deagle, but now that I'm playing on G2, he's trying to make a name for himself over here in Europe.
I think he's left a good impression.
Yeah, but you only get like one guy on the team that gets famous for it, and unfortunately, his teammate is Nico.
Yeah, shout out JT one time. Mob's making a name for himself on that knife, I'll tell you that. What can you do, JL? You're pinned against the corner. Oh, but back's turns. Yeah, he does his job. Nico gonna try to cut off the rotators. Flash misses, and Wonderful is there to get him. So, gap on the door. Snacks on the scout. Goes back as Bit makes sound on the approach, and SMG's just tearing through them. Monacy dropped by Alexi. Navi will convert their pistol.
And Stale came out ahead. They definitely showed some resolve.
Looking confident as they should be versus the lesser weapons. And Emat off the flash. Set up. No bad risks being taken. Surely I hope for an uptick in Monacy's performance in this head-to-head now that we find him back on Dust 2. We've seen good Dust 2 performances, just Navi kind of had his number, but you know what else? It's nice.
Best of 5 grand finals.
It is map 4, so Navi will need him when they plan on getting there. Here we go. We'll buy out at G2. We'll see if the early gun rounds will work. Wonderful goes peeking in after the first shot had already been fired, and so no surprise that Monacy's there, but it's dropped.
It's funny because there was a time where G2 were the team that couldn't win a single map in grand finals.
The cycle of life.
It's like it's hard or something.
That's the final hurdle.
The final fall final.
While we watch Navi power up over the second half of 2024, in a year with so much instability in terms of number 1.
I mean, it is great to have a number 1, though. It really speaks to the ceiling of the game. We talk about MR12 and how inconsistent that can make things seem, and players and coaches and things complaining about the fact that you only have a few rifle round chances. Well, if ever there's a team that reaches number 1 in the world and is consistent, that stands in the face of their excuses.
A little bit of kind of wishy-washiness from JL. Didn't throw the nade out immediately, but he finds the timing in the end.
Yeah, he's got the right feeling for it, but the support utility isn't here. God, they really don't have any idea that this full B exec is happening. I mean, no one's even here to stop Mobs from walking across mid. All right.
God, dude.
Bit had already pushed long as well. Just no rotations coming out of time. Okay, quiet victory here for G2 as they only have one person in B to fight. Simple as.
First gun round's looking real good on G2.
Yeah, no kidding.
That was with a grenade that kind of chipped away on 4. He almost ends up getting the double spray down, but I mean, he would have had to do that and then more because Navi were never even coming close to support him. That's the kind of round that tells me if I had a hunch, Blade's taking a pause. Navi showed, you know, they weren't shy to kind of burn them early on Ancient. That one feels a little too easy for the G2 army. Oh.
In case B site gets taken, or he's on the other side of the map and actually supporting this idea that they think it's A. But that sort of shows you that they were just sort of reacting instead of being proactive. And again, here and there, you get those rounds out of Navi.
Almost dancing with Alexi on long. It's not that instant 5v4 that G2 were able to establish 1 round prior. Oh, wonderful.
He's great at that pick. Winning over Monacy, and he gets tagged in the process. Down to 25, but still the champ.
Trying to put pressure back through that doorway.
Scary job. Is he going to go grab it? But now they see Wonderful. Okay, you can go and have it.
Yeah, if only Snacks was as cautious. He's the one that steps into the sniper. Emet, clean kill on Nico. Trying to crest the catwalk like that. And now, unfortunately for G2, they're just kind of been pulled apart this round. A well-timed smoke pop in mid. A nice reposition from Wonderful so that he can double his kill count. And there we go. Navi right back to winning ways. So no opening 5v4 from G2. No round to go with it.
Yeah, certainly looking a little bit more flustered now. And that one tactic, Wonderful does a lot. When they set him up for pick plays, that's when he's at his best. And when he first joined up with this roster, he always got good stats, but he has always been an opera that's more sat in the back. He's such a contrast to someone like Simple, who you don't have to tell Simple what to do. He's going to create the round around his own plays. Wonderful, more so, needs to be set on a path, needs to go for some type of opening. And those set pick plays always worked out pretty well, but that's consistently been a feature of his gameplay. You know, he's closer to a hero than he is a Simple in that regard. Hey.
Now poor Nico's just working with the Desert Eagle. Navi converting pistol and then getting right back into winning ways. Wonderful trying to find his pick, but if I was G2, I would also be cautious about middle, knowing that Wonderful's on this prowl. Some earlier catwalk fights at times from Navi, but this round's not going to be one of them out of the gate. A lot of open space here, but it's like that type of silent open space that makes you cautious. G2 climbing up with numbers, getting ever closer to this 2-player setup.
Yeah, this one looks like it's going to be pretty raw versus this cat defense. Good utility back and forth.
Yeah, goes just deep enough. Causes some problems for the catwalk players who could always, if needed, swoop down to CT. You can see the B defenders start to take an eye towards mid.
Yeah, they're ready for something.
And there's that smoke into spawn to kind of indicate that there's a pinch to come. Thing is, it's not a pinch, it's an all-in.
Yeah, no nade here for the smoke. Emma just going to be listening, but not supporting. So 2 players in the site, they've got to defend.
He's going through. Yeah, he's going to challenge. Oh, Emet stops the bomb. And the op up close will find him, but it's a beautiful double kill from Emet. JL tested backside again. He waits for the peaks versus the back 10. Can't quite hit it. Snacks doing a good job of keeping him busy, and the drive-by finds it. Monacy scoops up. Another kill, and Snacks in that exact moment just grabbed a bomb that was open in the door. Wonderful to try to pressure the planter. Monacy wants to come out from the tunnels, and that smoke will give him a chance. Wonderful finds it with the rifle, and as he turns, it's Monacy to creep out slightly. Jumping over top. Wonderful and Monacy, 2-star ops. Up close. Oh. It's the flash to snap it back.
Let's see if G2 can keep it going.
There's been a lot of peeks from Wonderful down this mid door, so no surprise Monacy tries to flex his op against him. But it's not the counter sniper in position, rather bid.
I still feel like they're a little bit weak when it comes to making connections on CT side, leaving mid as an open window, mid to be being a problem for them in the last couple of rounds. And yeah, you had Emma run through a smoke and get a 2K by himself, but we're not looking at sustainable game plans for Stop and G2 if they're going to have free reign over the middle of the map. Like, it's been boring here for G2. They don't see anybody in the first 30, 40 seconds. But the entire time they're working. And if they don't see any reactions, they're gaining more space.
Putting in the hours.
And look at this. They're bifurcated once again. There's no one in mid to stop this. split from coming in. It's going to be the 3 CTs who need to put the hold together, and they don't even think the T's can be this aggressive, but they need to hold on to Cat or something.
Wonderful's going to get long with one, but now Mobs' trade puts pressure on this last CT in sight. Alexi gets killed out by Hunter jumping, and what do you know, that pressure up Cat? It's pressure that last time was empty, right? Molotovs, but no follow-up behind it as G2 instead skated towards B site. This time, that cheeky spot from Nico behind the stairs catches Navi way too off guard.
I mean, I hate to go back to like a fundamental lesson about Dust 2 here, but obviously they're trying to hold on to Cat because they're not really in control of Long at the same time. And for Navi, you wonder, why are they in that position exactly? Why is it right now that they're letting the execs come to them? They're not the ones bringing the fight to G2 early. They're not trying to get the opening kill, or when they're not successful, they don't have a second plan. I mean, they're the #1 team in the world. Sometimes they have 3 plans in one round and they get away with it. At the moment, not exactly looking like themselves, if you ask me, and G2 are doing everything right here to punish this exact gap. G2 are not.
2 M4s and a P250 for Navi. G2 about to tie this game up. Bomb's in a weird spot.
Again, keep an eye on Monacy. Rook on the file here, watching mid. And, oh, they just try to escape. Oh, that play. Jail denies him.
That's what you need out of one of the 2 guns, as Wonderful scoops up the second. Snacks goes back, grabs bomb for tunnels control, and JL putting himself back into the platform of which, at times, he has let go.
Snacks is way back at the moment. I mean, if he's going to commit up Cat with them, then it's going to take some time to get there. Oh, and they'll draw a rotation out.
That's the man advantage gone, but remember, Bomb is still disjointed from this Cat play.
Yeah, he uses his own smoke, right, for the B fake, and Immo will leave the post, start to lean towards A.
That P250, dude, it's all they have on site. It's all that's here. Alexi just banking on the right time peek. Oh!
Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
Damn, get pieced up by that P250.
A little more damage done, too. Snacks slightly. Emad drawn forward, gets tagged. And it's Emad is now that front assault because Monacy finds him. The wall bang into the bomb site to set up the plant. But it's not going to be planted for Catwalk. Monacy's going to have to come back in here, and as he just kind of peppers them with the Glock, it serves up a distraction. Can Snacks deliver kills? He gets caught off by the climb up from JL, and then JL goes even better. Alongside Emad.
It is his birthday. We are cheering for that.
Happy birthday.
It's not a little bit of coal in the stocking here.
Yeah. Careful what you wish for. Nico burns out. Sure, Pit takes him from beyond the grave, but that is an open door for Hunter to just push through for total site control. Emad will throw himself yet again. He has been problematic in the middle of the map when G2 go for these scrambled rotates. Alexi gonna keep that pressure up. With all this utility usage, of course, G2 may know that the retake is right here. Navi have a choice to wait or go in, and Alexi, the Grenadier, just perfectly placed between the smoke and the fire, but Hunter, he'll take 2 heads off. And Wonderful given a ticket to leave.
I'm not gonna.
Or not.
Yeah, well, oh, yeah, he's dead. They got him. That smoke on both sides. They stay on the same page, and that's why it works, but it's also why G2 are on full alert. This is not their first rodeo with Navi.
Oh, blinds Nico. We saw him get the kill from inside fire last round, entering into the B site to let Hunter kind of slot in. And you've alluded to it, the kind of, struggle for Cat control because Long hasn't been in Navi's wheelhouse, but this time they're a little more adamant about it. And I think it's a well-timed round to do it with that initial Nico aggression.
Yeah, when we switch over, we're going to see Mobs fighting for it hard. I mean, he's oftentimes full committing to taking control of Long. It's just not in the game plan right now for Navi, which again could be fine, but there are other gaps. This round they're working with less, so you're gonna have to take what they can get, but. And G2 let a lead slip back on Ancient. Now it looks like they're trying to perform a comeback and attempting to win in 2 different ways. But we've seen them make mistakes on ecos. Will this be an opportunity?
Up close. Oh, it's a good hold. JL putting up the numbers yet again. Sidearm can't finish number 3. Spam could have just toppled Snacks, as he's tasked to plant ahead of Monacy's off, with Nico close towards car.
Denied by the Molotov. Looking at the door, Monacy on guard duty.
Smoke fades, Monacy goes hunting, mischance finds him in the open. Wonderful gets his revenge with that rifle, and so it's a man advantage here for the Navi retake. But it's light on utility, and there's no kit for this. Time is ticking, and now Nico down after just those 2. Just the 2 is all he's able. That's why he's confused. He killed Snacks. Snacks was plat.
Oh, what? In that...
Because I said 2 kills, he's using the kill feed twice, but there's a team kill.
Was it a weird counter strafe? Is that what happened? Because Snacks was low, so it was like a stray bullet or something, I don't know.
All right. As pistols die to nades, and as Navi capitalize on that moment, somebody better go digging through the archives.
And that's a mop up. Time to stay. Oh, they've got fans here.
Oh, once they're in a lead.
Yeah, showing up when they're winning.
Honestly, a wonderful exchange op shots, and feel like this duel has been brewing. This one. Ay, ay, ay.
Okay, it's a bit of a messy one.
With how many times Wonderful has opened the smoke to catch somebody, it's a shame his nade doesn't find its mark, but Nico gonna capitalize on the moment. Bit thinking he can get away with that corner spam. Nope.
At least for once, what we're seeing is they're trying to get activity here, look for lurks, and pick apart mid and get in front of it. And very aggressive on Cat. These are the two places that G2 have been going consistently. It's much better than what we've seen before. This is not what G2 want to see. And this flash timing is really important. But Alexi's not setting it up. They're both pushing. Oh, brute force.
To get the trade at least. There's still numbers here for the CTs, and the trades go well. That third piece, key in Alexi B. But again, that trade train gives the edge back over to G2, and Modesty, despite the lower health, finds that known to be dedicated B anchor in JL.
Yeah, no JL, no round right here.
And Alexi even shaking off the frustration.
Yeah, it's been awkward to...
Yeah,
like this is the one good idea that they've had so far, built on what they've seen, but
no chance. That's it. G2 to put their stamp back on Ancient for him. How you feeling? It's the best of 5.
Yeah, you guys put in work yesterday. It's only maybe half the maps now.
Honestly, you know, Henry G told me at the start of the week there wouldn't be one bad game at Fall Finals. And Henry G is right.
Yeah, so far, so good. All right, Snacks, you hungry?
Oh, it ain't pretty. Fire at his feet. He's going to pop up with nothing in the end. Nico cleared out of the window. Navi looking for both pistols here on Dust 2. JL wants a little bit more here, bit of bloodlust. But you gotta be careful, because not only was he on 24 health, but you've also got Ema and Bit with 22 combined.
They are low. They are low. But the fact that there's 4, the fact that the health bars aren't there, let's see if they can hunt down these players.
Malb's gonna flash him in. Do it. Clears the close one.
Oh, not bad.
Oh, but Ema's able to trade in, so good trade from Ema. Kept his head down just in case that flash came out. Responds to the door pressure. Malbs was essential back on Ancient in both pistols, including a double knife at one point. This time it doesn't look like he's gonna get into that mix, so Navi grabbing both.
And maintain a lead. Because G2 had to work hard, but they got 5 rounds. And to be honest, I would say they look like the better team overall in that first half. There was some, the sheer quantity was there for Navi, but the lack of ideas, the communication, the tethering, I wasn't very impressed. Vi's coming in here, of course, again for G2, and the idea with the double scout versus long, it's the #1 spot to go if you're on an anti-eco. These scout tags basically want to just get your 70 damage in and let the pistols do the rest of the work. It's an understood game at this point. A 55-45 position in favor of the T side. Maybe slightly more, since it is this round where they're saving, and they're starting to think about other ideas. Not catching any total flank just yet. Hunter still jiggle peeking at the mouth of the B site. And they're leaving Wonderful just to space out his utility and hold the rotations for a few extra seconds.
Be as cautious as you need to be. Scout fight down long. And Wonderful comes out worse for wear. Well, let's get a quick run over from Snacks, but Snacks is your support, Hunter.
They have to run from the smoke. They're actually respecting it.
Okay.
And G2's rotations are going to come by the mid doors, and they're also going to hear this. But the thing is, they're not up on Cat, so this is their best chance to stop him.
Come on. That Maul's Deeg set up by Nico. Snacks finds a scout headshot elsewhere. Again, I mean, this is Remnants back to Ancient. The pressure's there, the timing could be good. Alexi's going to be having to run at that bomb site, and the cross is being held. Oh! Modesty! 2 scout kills, and Navi, over-respecting the smoke on B, lead themselves to slaughter.
Wow. Wonder just thrown. It's another worrying sign for Navi, even though they're in the lead again. Who's been more active? And they have to think back to the fact that they have full long control. They still have that option. They could have gone for the crawl up to the A side. Sometimes it's grueling. Feels like you're clocking in and writing up a TPS report, sitting up at long, waiting for your opportunity, slowly crossing past the smoke. But there's a reason that's a popular option. It's strong even if they know you're there.
Best case is this AK goes big, but Hunter's not going to have any of that. Flashbang right behind it, so keeping the pressure up. As Nico looks to slide in, JL gets a scout shot through the cat smoke, goes for the Xbox beat, and yeah, punished for it. Not going to happen. Not on Nico's watch.
Here comes a third challenger. Nico looking for
dead to rights.
And now we're at the grand finals.
G2 looking for a tied game versus Pistols.
right by Hunter.
That's all right. He'll double into the pack, deal with the first two, make a little bit of money, and go on for even more. How about a little anti-eco ace?
Oh, he's got it.
Skins.
Now Imma's trying to get into the mix. JL as well, doing a fantastic job on this map.
Unfortunately, it's this man who's had 2 quiet maps now. Bit is yet to find his moment in this matchup.
Yeah, he had a 30-some-odd ADR back on Ancient. On a great start. And for a minute, we were just as critical of Imma, and then he got that 3K, tried to put together some impact. Of course, in vain as they lose the map, but now, looking warmed up. Only thing that matters, however, is the score at the top. And they are tied. And this is tying up without winning the pistols.
Hunter doesn't want them to approach middle without pressure. And honestly, the rounds where we get late and that pressure exists, we see them crack. 2 frag grenades for Nico to throw towards Catwalk when called for.
It is getting late into the round, and that's why he's throwing this utility. You have to throw it preemptively, but
Or they arrive.
they're kind of ahead of these timings in a sense. Like the nade comes out a little early. Hunter's already thinking about flanking up Cat in this spot. Full kit of utility finally comes down. 35 seconds. He has every right to throw that. The nade. That's what goes way too far. They can punish this.
It goes over the Molotov. Monacy's gonna miss his first shot. Now the pressure's certainly on. Everybody crossing over here for Navi. That's an early dink against Nico. Hunter finds one as he activates back in the mid plane. Monacy dealing with wonderful on sight.
Oh, another one.
Beautiful second, but a missed shot on the third. So a resurgence back at a Navi. We go 2v2. Mob's doubling off of long. Pushes pressure to JL, who needs a 3K in the round, but he gets caught out, down, softened, and body bagged.
That's another
G2 surviving.
Imagine if they lost 9 straight series to Navi, but the one they win is the best of 5.
Oh, man. Imagine lifting that best of 5 curse only to have it put right back on.
All sorts of nightmares that may be brewing in the heads of Navi, who, now that they're at the top, everybody's watching, everyone's coming for them. Everyone wants to prove that they can take them down. Monacy is looking for #1 this year.
Again, though, this mid control starts to transition Navi into another A-hit. This time, the timing's faster. Nico's gonna get dinked up, but he's got Maltz to just help him out, and these two are not gonna let you cross. Oh no, no chance at all.
Like ants with a magnifying glass. So there's definitely 2 parts to it. We'll see what their plan is going to be. G2 on fire. They touch 10 again.
Getting into the cat hit has gone easily for Navi in these last couple of rounds. We'll see if they continue to just emphasize mid.
Now, we watch for Mobs, okay, over on long. He's going to be playing pit way more often. This is already a contrast to Navi's style of CS. He's very comfortable around these doors by themselves. This takes so much stress off the map, and it makes me wonder why this was not an option employed from Navi ever. And instead, they gave up long, they even gave up cat sometimes, and they gave up mid all simultaneously. This is the full committal on this side of the door. This is Mob's spot. They know that he's here as well. He's just very good at winning the duels anyway. Honestly, still eyes on cat. And G2 are on full activity. Sometimes you peek out with a gun and just peel back. And oh, underneath of it.
Yep, Bit.
He doesn't even go for the shoulder spot.
Nice swing low, supported by Alexi there. So you know Bit's got full confidence in the trade. Monacy under pressure goes down empty-handed. Navi, yeah, 3rd time's the charm of this A site. Now that is what they had to tap into previously.
Wow, Imma gets tagged down to 1 health. They take over the site fully, and fair play. Bit destroyed Mobs right there. His 9th frag of the map.
And you can see Maltz powering up to go into the swing, right? He was priming himself for that fight, but just steps ahead of him. Bit bolstered by Alexi. Navi gonna respond to G2's 5 rounds straight, finally.
Yeah, sometimes the bait is just sticking the AK out the door and then pressing S, backing up into the door, baiting 1 shot, and then it's a nightmare. If the molly lands and you have to cross, that duel might happen again.
Goes there to get Maltz into position. Hunter gonna try to pressure mid yet again, but doesn't create a gap. Emac gonna slip in behind the doorway with support behind him.
Hunter had the right idea, trying to dissuade them from trying to get out the mid doors early, minute 26, and we've already breached enemy territory. But the
nice
flash is beautiful,
It's
and
all
the punish
good.
is there.
Nico had gotten into position, setting up Maltz early and running back the CT spawn in time.
Wow.
They almost catch Bit on the fallback.
I mean, this is everything that Navi weren't doing versus the mid Bs.
And it's not like Nico is too far gone to also start to go into now that cat pressure, right? We've seen him before, standing on this cache of utility right here on boxes, throwing these nades, and this time,
It hits.
and there's another to be had. He grabs it as they throw fire. But they've already pulled back, so second nade, a little off the mark. His eyes are set back towards doors with no smoke on it.
I mean, they're still getting conditioned here. They fell back off of cat. They were punished inside of mid. There's still a 2B set up here for G2 and the crack spot now. Thought comes down to, can this site hold?
Smoke at 30 seconds. That is not what Navi wanted to arrive in, but now as they throw open the smoke, they're going to charge it out. Wonderful gives cover. Snacks, what can you do? Nothing.
Wow.
Dies empty-handed with smoke on door.
Oh, that's incredible. Great CS2 moment here for Navi as they blow open their own smoke, have open lines, and Wonderful hits that hard shot.
A lot of good posturing in this round. That felt like a game of chess.
They earned it, man. Gotta give Navi a lot of credit right there. They got sent through the ringer. They lost the opening duel, got shoved out of mid.
Yep.
Opening game plan, ran into the nades on B, on Cat, and had to get into sight. I gotta say, this duo is not working. Everyone's using eco strats these days, guys. You're not him. I think the frustration over.
They didn't catch it. Hunter got lower. And Modesty goes deep. Finally, a little pressure because Navi have been able to get into this mid setup so many times. They write off Hunter?
They still don't know about it. They wouldn't think they'd be so audacious as to do this play at the same time. And Bit, he comes and clears the corner.
Okay. Done. What can Bit do? We've been calling for him to step up in the grand finals.
His entries have been massive.
But we've also got a player on the Humvee. Snacks did nothing last time. Don't you let that barrel get spotted. You have to keep your gun pressed against the wall. They don't notice.
You have to take some kind of timing, though. Otherwise, it could get cleared. Yeah, and then it's a little bit too late, but Monacy's here to save him.
He keeps it going. This has been all Monacy the entire time. Great positioning from his teammates and Hunter and Snacks, but the kills are Monacy's. Taps away JL. Bit going for the cross. Trying to get this one back in. Mulbs to support Monacy on lesser health. They switch weapons. It's Monacy to the AK, and it's Bit into the silence.
Let him breathe, Bit. You're on stage. This is your chance to make up for everything, a chance at the clutch. But it won't be easy. Health is low. No smoke. Time ticking down.
His silence deafening. CTs start to check their back intermittently. Where's that push come in? Bomb plant is a commitment. Counter-terrorists don't pounce. And now you've given Bit a chance to get this AK back up. It is all about the timing on the duels. Deep peek. Got it.
Whoa, with the up.
No.
That's a milestone here for G2.
Job's not done. And this affinity for the B site starting to come through from Navi. We'll see if that trend continues. Navi leading bomb back, going for the mid doors play. Kind of a reaction that we get out of G2 here.
Bombs all the way back in spawn. Face presses up. Pressed up here against mid doors.
Can't be making commitments right now. Someone at some point has to double back for Navi. All this map control to be established, though. I mean, honestly, making the most of the amount of time they've burned. We're at a minute. They got Cat, they got tunnels, they had doors. There'll be a question as to whether Mulbs gets active, whether Monacy has to go back.
I mean, I understand. I mean, Monacy playing Car in this spot when it's been a Cat cross. He's been so comfortable in that spot.
They're giving them A, that's for damn sure.
Yeah,
they've also given Hunter a chance.
Whoa!
Hunter just oversteps it, and now this one could transition forward. Remember, Bit's got that bomb still top mid. There's enough time for things to get weird.
Snacks is surrounded.
Alexi starts to peel off site. Monacy never made that contact. Snacks has to get something. And the window player's gonna get him empty-handed yet again. And while the bomb will work its way around through tunnels, Nico gets nothing to shoot at, and this is just Navi isolating the 2 weak points time and time again.
Okay, this is surprising because, you know, I would have said that they didn't communicate the mid-B smoke, and that's why that happened, but Nico was sitting behind it the entire time. So that was a very clear gap that Navi exploited, and I think it's obviously on the P players to be aware of that threat, and it's also on Nico, as long as he has accurately communicated, you know, that they could be walking out on the timing, that they need to worry about it. But with the door spot, with the smoke out, they were thinking about it, clearly. And this gives Navi a massive chance. And again, it's one thing to win 3 maps, but mentality is a huge part of this. Teams do not come back from 2-0 deficit to best of 5 period. It just doesn't happen. So there we are, 11-11, all tied up. It's time for Navi to make a...
Through the last 4, all to the T's. Navi, when push comes to shove, rebounding from losing that force buy that set up G2's defense. Had us convinced. Hunter goes for it again. Luckily for him, Nico's got the trade. Working in tandem with Monacy here. To secure 12 on the line,
they keep
4v4.
repeating these plays and they end up working. But still 4v4 is not a bad situation. JL, late game JL, 23. Round 23. We know he gets stronger the closer it gets.
Smokes get exchanged in both ways. Nico wants to make a move.
Oh,
and JL gets stuffed. But again, it has to be Snacks. it needs to be, and there's no other pressure here. He's running forward into the open. He just gives them a fight.
Oh man, he just
Molotov thrown down out from Nico. Can he pick up all the slack? He had to trade Hunter. He has to trade Snacks. Navi on the brink of that coveted 12. The entire pack of G2 right here on the doors. There's an op trained on them. And as Wonderful awaits their arrival, 45 seconds for the jump. Odyssey, he's got him softened. Mobs catches the kill. Bomb being planted from Alexi. Mid holds the door. Deep peek through window down. And G2 take 12. I'm telling you, this end of the table, this duo of Monacy and Nico. After the desk slam yesterday, you saw Monacy instantly consoling him. Two superstars hyper-fixating on the opportunity to take world number 1 down 2-0 of a start in a best of 5.
look at their fog of war. It's once again, they start off with the early cap presence to stare down Suicide to look to see if anybody's in lower. They've got so many kills this way that Navi have to forego this part of the map completely. This is what Navi failed to do, condition them out of this moment. That's how you burn time off the clock. And now, what are G2 doing? They're changing up with 3.
All burnt out.
They get him away. Bit walks through with smoke to his death.
On his own and disjointed. And Mobs gets away from it. He hasn't always had the most amount of action, but he stepped up when they need him.
There's no one on cap.
Look at this move. Look at this all in. I mean, this forfeiture of a bomb site.
All right, we're down to a single smoke here from Wonderful. That's the last timing that Navi have got to cross. If they're not going to flash and try to fight, that's the other option. They could do a deep CT smoke, and no, they're just going to go for a standard cross.
What's the play here? Mobs is going to pop that open. Do they catch one on the cross? Oh, it goes too deep. And so, Ema inching inwards. Nico starts his flank. It's Molotovs on both sides at 30 seconds. It's map 2 on the line, and it's Snacks to get an assist off of Hunter. Mobs able to kill another. There's eventually this move out from Nico. He's got their backs turned. And what do you know? It's Killer Instinct kills them on the ramp.